Have you ever wondered if your marriage is near, but you're unsure how to tell? In Islam, marriage isn't just a social contract. It's a sacred bond written by Allah. And before it arrives, there are often spiritual signs that begin to appear in your life. These signs aren't just coincidences. They are subtle messages from your Lord that something beautiful may be unfolding. Whether you're single, waiting patiently, or feeling uncertain about your future, this video is for you. Today, we'll explore 7 powerful signs that your marriage might be closer than you think, based on Islamic wisdom and personal growth. These signs reflect your readiness, not just for a partner, but for a purposeful, faith-driven relationship. So if your heart is searching for answers and your soul is preparing for something meaningful, stay with us. Your journey to a blessed marriage could already be underway, and you may not even realize it yet. Sign 1. You feel a deep urge to improve yourself for the sake of Allah. One of the most beautiful signs that your marriage is near is the sincere desire to better yourself for the sake of Allah. This transformation is not driven by pressure from others, but by a heartfelt intention to grow spiritually, emotionally, and mentally. You may find yourself becoming more conscious of your character, your habits, and how you treat others. Acts of worship like salah, dhikr, and seeking knowledge suddenly become more meaningful. You start focusing on your relationship with Allah, knowing that a righteous spouse will be a reflection of your own state. This internal shift often happens quietly. You stop chasing people and start chasing purpose. You become more aware of your responsibilities, and the idea of marriage feels more like a form of worship than just a romantic dream. When your heart aligns with faith, it's a sign that Allah may be preparing you for the blessing of a pious partner. Sign 2. You've become more patient and trust Allah's timing. Another strong sign that your marriage is approaching is a noticeable increase in your patience and trust in Allah's plan. You no longer feel restless or desperate about when or how marriage will happen. Instead, you begin to understand that everything unfolds at the perfect time, and your heart finds calm in that belief. Even when others around you get married or you face delays, you don't fall into despair. You've learned to surrender your timeline to the one who knows what's best. This trust isn't passive, it's active reliance. You make dua, take necessary steps, but leave the results to Allah with a peaceful heart. You stop comparing your journey with others, and instead, you focus on gratitude and self-growth. This mature patience is a spiritual milestone, and in many cases, it's a divine sign that your heart is now ready to receive the blessing you've been waiting for when the time is truly right. Sign 3. Marriage proposals or talks suddenly increase. Sometimes when your marriage is near, Allah opens doors in ways you didn't expect. One clear sign is when marriage proposals, suggestions, or conversations around marriage begin to increase. These may come from family, friends, or even strangers who see qualities in you that align with a good spouse. You might notice that people start asking about your plans, or someone initiates discussions about your future. These signs are not coincidences. They are often Allah's way of aligning the circumstances around you. Even if a proposal doesn't work out, its arrival is still a sign that something is shifting in your life. It's as if Allah is gradually bringing the topic closer to your reality. This increase in attention or consideration isn't just social. It's a reminder that the moment you've been praying for may be approaching. Stay grounded, seek guidance, and trust that what is meant for you will come with ease and clarity. Sign 4. Your heart finds peace when you make dua for a righteous spouse. A powerful sign that your marriage may be near is the inner peace you feel when making dua for a righteous spouse. In the past, this dua might have felt rushed, uncertain, or filled with anxiety. But now, when you raise your hands, your heart feels calm and connected. You're no longer begging out of desperation. You're speaking to your Lord with hope and trust. This serenity reflects a spiritual readiness. You begin to realize that you're not asking just for companionship, but for someone who will help you grow closer to Allah. The prayer becomes more sincere, more focused on character than appearances. Even if you don't see immediate results, the act of asking brings comfort, not restlessness. That inner peace is a gift from Allah, a quiet reassurance that your request is heard. Often, this tranquility signals that your heart and destiny are aligning, and what you seek is approaching, insha'Allah. Sign 5. You notice signs in dreams or repeated themes in life. When your marriage is near, Allah may begin to show you subtle signs through dreams or recurring patterns in your daily life. These aren't random thoughts or coincidences, but meaningful signals that speak to your heart. You might dream of weddings, meeting someone unknown but comforting, or simply feel a presence of emotional clarity in your sleep. In real life, you may hear the topic of marriage come up frequently, on social media, in conversations, or in Islamic lectures you randomly come across. These repetitions can feel too specific to ignore. It's as if Allah is gently preparing your heart and mind for the transition ahead. While we should never depend solely on dreams for guidance, they can sometimes reflect the state of our soul and what is approaching. Pay attention to these moments with wisdom and reflection. They could be gentle hints from Allah that a major change, like marriage, is on the horizon. Sign 6. You are tested through loneliness, yet your faith stays strong. One of the most telling signs that your marriage is near is when you go through a period of deep loneliness, yet your connection with Allah remains firm. This phase can feel heavy. You may long for companionship, understanding, and emotional support. But instead of falling into despair or turning to what is haram, you hold tightly to your faith. You turn your loneliness into worship, your tears into du'as, and your waiting into preparation. This spiritual strength in the face of emotional emptiness is not a punishment, it's a purification. Allah often tests His servants just before granting them a great blessing. The silence and solitude become a space where your soul matures, your intentions clarify, and your heart softens. When you can endure this test with patience and dignity, it's a strong indication that Allah is preparing to reward your sabrs with someone who brings peace, companionship, and spiritual growth into your life. Sign 7. You begin seeing marriage as a means of worship, not just love. A clear sign that your heart is ready for marriage and that it may be approaching is when your view of marriage transforms. Instead of seeing it merely as a source of romance or emotional fulfillment, you begin to understand it as an act of worship. You reflect on the prophetic example of marriage and recognize its role in building a peaceful home, raising righteous children, and supporting one another in Deen. Love is still present, but it's no longer the only goal. Now, it is balanced with responsibility, sacrifice, and the intention to please Allah. This shift in mindset shows maturity and spiritual readiness. You think more about how you can give in a marriage, not just what you can gain. When your purpose becomes clearer and more aligned with Islamic values, it often means that Allah is preparing to bless you with someone whose heart beats with the same sincere intention. Your journey to marriage is not just about finding the right person, it's about becoming the right soul. If you noticed any of these signs in your life, trust that Allah is guiding you towards something beautiful in His perfect timing. At Deen, we're here to remind you that every step taken with sincerity leads to barakah. If this video touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more faith-based guidance. Comment this below as a prayer. May Allah bless me with a spouse who brings me closer to Him. Ameen.